Alright, it's time to do a vice grip resurrection, I guess. This here 1972 Chevelle has been sitting 7 or 8 years probably. And at some point, some scumbag stole the keys. It's my nephew's car, and he built it and then moved west and never got it completely finished. But it was a running driving car, and I got to get it back to a running driving car because I'm sick of pulling it around. So I went and rescued it before it got stolen. And ooh, nice. Apparently it's got a mouse castle in here somewhere, and they started building one in the carburetor. That's spectacular. Anyway, I have to show you this. This is impressive. It's the first time I've seen that one. Mind you, it's sitting here without an air filter. I believe the motor still turns though. Yeah, we're going to see if we can get this bad boy up and going. What I did was disconnect the steering shaft so I can move the front wheels, and right now I'm in the process of trying to fix the key situation. So we're gonna pull this wheel and take that lock apart in there and see if we can make something happen. I've got a brand new key switch deal, so we'll throw something fresh in there, and then once we get that part done, we'll get the column unlocked, get the steering hook back up, and then we'll see if we can figure out what we got to do to make this thing make noise. I can tell you, this thing is fragrant. I don't mean that in a good way. It's not a perfume you'd buy for your girlfriend. Shit. It's got the biggest nut on the steering wheel I've ever seen. I'll be back. Ugh. Wow. Every time I sit in here, the smell is a new experience. The experience I could live without. So, we pull the old wheel. Then we have all the fun of dealing with the lock mechanism. And, you know, normally I put the lock mechanism back in. I don't think I'm putting it back in. I think when that little ring comes off, it's going to go fling. We're going to fling the ring. I have mouse deposits. There's going to have to be a serious mouse eviction here. I need to get this poor thing up and rolling and do something with it before it all just goes to hell. Because it's pretty close to done. It's a pretty nice car. It's just sitting here going to pieces, which is ridiculous. And I'm sick of seeing it. Get that thing even. Start up. Steering wheel. I suspect, looking at my demographics, most people watching this video have done this before or seen these before. If you haven't, these have a weird lock deal. You want to take over, Junior?
No, it's okay. You look like you're doing it perfectly.
Oh, I love this job.
Were you just doing it exactly how I would have done it?
You mean to throw the lock away?
Oh.
How would you have done it?
I don't know.
Have you ever done one of these?
The Chevelle steering wheel? No.
I don't mean the steering wheel. I mean take the lock mechanism and change the ignition switch.
Not on one of these vehicles.
Have you done one on one of these style?
I've done one of these on an 80s Ford, and it looks very similar.
Probably is. Hey, could you get me a pick so I can pull that little clip out of there?
I love the smell of the mouse house.
Oh, this is a family heirloom. My father made this many, many years ago. And I've kept it. I didn't know where it was because I haven't done this, and I haven't done one of these in probably 20 years. Well, shit. Hey, did you bring your 9/16 end wrench?
Yes.
I guess I did forget a little something about it. I should pull that out. I don't break that off. Yeah, so we gotta push this ring back. There's a spring in back of there that holds that out against the there's a clip that sits into the center of this.
You got a choice of picks.
And the wrench. Now, frig me. I might need a younger, better set of eyes here.
What are you trying to accomplish here, sir?
This ring right here
Yes.
has got to come out.
Mm.
There's a split there somewhere in the son of a bitch.
Yes.
Trying to find it. There's the feel it there, I think. So
Oh, you're getting it. You just need the other pick to get under it with. I mean, I would use maybe.
yeah, I know, but I'm doing it backwards. I agree. In one way, but I can kind of see it from here.
I didn't know Cher was a French name. Is it, Dad? Oh, he's getting it.
They'll erase this now.
Sorry. They get to do it to us. We get to do it to them.
Problem is, while we're doing that shit to each other, we're not watching what they're doing to us.
That's a fact. It's a pretty mean little ring, isn't it?
Oh, they're just a son of a gun. There's nothing nice about these at all.
I mean, it makes sense why they have that like that, but
It does, but they're a dirty little son of a bitch to work with.
yeah.
Oh, did that jump back in? And
Yeah, on top. Okay, let me put down the camera. Let me return this.
I'm on the struggle bus. There. Finally.
You got her?
I think so. Back of that lock. So. Up here by the spline, it's smaller. It kind of comes off not too bad up here. The other thing we do with that now is do this.
You can just pull that sucker right
Let
off.
that spring push it off of there. I'll probably leave this in here so Lauren has it.
The tool?
No, the ring, which I'm not going to put back in place. I'll throw it in the car instead of throwing it over the bank. I'd rather throw it over the bank and dump landfill over it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's somewhat biodegradable.
But
Maybe.
we might be able to steer this car. Even if I don't get the engine started. You see the mouse house in the carburetor?
I smell the mouse house around the vehicle. I mean, you could do the right thing and put that back on, too.
Ooh, full sandblasting sand still. You can tell how much this one got driven. So I'm only going to pull this little booger out.
Peep the tack install.
Hey?
Peep the tack install.
No, I'll leave the hub. The hub I leave in
I
place.
know you do. Yeah, there's a real mouse house. That's disgusting.
Maybe if you could pull that carburetor off.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you want me to rebuild on that?
Do that and just stick a wrench on that motor quick, see if it turns. I believe it does, but
It did.
should. Just check it. If you're done charging your car too, we can put the charger on this. Doubt that battery's gonna come back around, but give it a shot.
I mean, my car runs at this point, so we can put the battery charger on this just to see what it gives.
We'll have an ignition switch here in a little while.
It's funny, it's like you'd think I actually spent time making that gas tune-up for the thing to run, but I really didn't.
What'd you do? Just take about 30% of the fuel away from it?
I took 30% away and it just runs just like it does now. Or no, it was even less. It was less at idle. It was only like 15% at idle.
You'd probably have to be a little fussier if you were actually trying to drive it.
I'm thinking that gas wideband might not read quite right with the alcohol at idle. You know what I mean? Because we definitely heard that sound difference between, you know, with a carburetor running an air fuel and the EFI running an air fuel. It makes me wonder, like you say, if it's not fictitiously lean or fictitiously rich, I should say.
I just lost the screw out of this thing. I saw it go and I can't find it.
Of course. Black to red, red to black, right?
Every time.
Perfect.
Apparently, I have forgotten something crucial.
Oh. This is going to require looking at the new parts.
I have, yeah.
Ooh, instructions.
I could probably YouTube a video on it. I'm here trying to tell everybody else how to do it, and I may have to YouTube a video on it and find out how to do it.
I'm sure your video will be better.
Oh, of course. I'm Martin Scorsese. What do you call it there?
Actually, I could give a YouTube shout out whenever I'm working on those new garbage body shop trucks. There's this channel called 1A Auto Parts, and they have tutorials on how to do everything. So when you don't know how to take the stupid door panel off or something, they can tell you exactly how to take the stupid door panel off.
I'm gonna tell you, I use that a lot on your mother's Camaro and stuff. I don't know if it was that one, but like, I didn't want to break anything on it.
No.
That new car bullshit I don't know anything about. I'm like,
why is
that is the wrong switch, but apparently that's a glove box switch.
Why is there 64 sets of keys?
I don't know.
Here, here's some keys. There's smart keys. There's not smart keys. These are some GM keys.
Man, they are GM keys. Look at that. That's a pretty nice lock setup.
These are...
Look at that bad boy. That's cool as drool on a tool.
Well, these ones here, these aren't GM keys. But the good part about these is that they're 4 GM cars. It's not. Pourquoi?
Reminding me what I gotta drill out.
Oh, these aren't constructions either. We were misled. It's just a photo.
You know, we're gonna have to break down
And go look at some...
and watch a YouTube video so we know how to make our YouTube video.
Intelligent. Can I have a gander at this?
The shitty part of it is I've done this before and I don't remember how I did it.
Can I take a look-see-loo?
Absolutely. Don't let me stop ya. As I remember, I drilled something out here and just, I could take them out, but I don't see what I was unlocking. There's this.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying about this thing that's back here.
All right, so I just watched a video on this and it kind of brought back some memories, but that guy was mad now. I mean, I thought I knew all the bad words. He knew a whole bunch. But I got to make a little hole in there to push the clip. There is a clip. There's kind of a, it's a little holey as it is. Yeah, I see that aluminum's really thin in there. I can go through this part of it with my pick. And you can see it kind of moves the ignition when I'm in there. So what I'm trying to do, I've got to push this little booger here has got to be pushed in. You can see how that kind of pushes in. I got to push that in to slide this out, basically, end of the day. So, got to get in where that is. And like I say, we just got to, the aluminum is covering it. So, I just got to knock that aluminum out of the way. And hopefully not beat the crap out of my column the way he did. And then take it out. And then we'll put the new one in. We should be good to go. So the big snap-on screwdrivers say do not use this pry bar or chisel. The small ones don't say that. I may have to do this with a drill the way I remember it instead of the crude way this guy was showing us, but I was thinking it was going to work. Almost seems like I'm against that clip now though. That bezel hadn't come off. There, look at that. We done got it. And that's that. Slicker than catch yet. So, I'm assuming just like that, we got us a working deal. Well, there you go. So that's it. So now I'll basically throw this back together other than the lock. I don't think I'll put the lock back in, and then we'll go put the steering shaft back on and see if we can get some juice in this bad boy. See if we can bark it off. Hopefully the motor's free.
We come over here to Mouse Houseville. We got the carburetor all undone. Couple things we need to look at. The last person to play on this carburetor was using Teflon on these connections. You're never supposed to use Teflon on that. That's really, you know, your flare that's supposed to be doing that. Also, that's not a mouse house. That's a mouse.
Really?
And that's his permanent house. He's currently decaying in the carburetor. So, RIP, not good. The battery's really not coming around. Thinking we're going to be putting a battery in this deal, but I'm going to get this carb off here. The linkage feels all seized and nasty, and so might be putting a carburetor on it, or at least really going to do some serious cleaning. I got the sonic cleaner fired up, so we're going to blow this thing apart. Pulley? I have not put a wrench on the crank pulley. When it doesn't turn, we'll just LS swap it.
I can't say the word I'm thinking about.
Really cool is what...
Demonetized word.
You're thinking really cool.
I was thinking about, you know, a rainbow.
Well, right. I mean, Johnny Cash sang about those.
What song was that?
He was talking about the rainbow. Oh, no, it was Merle Haggard. The rainbow stew. Oh, plug wire's off the cap. I don't know. Anyways, here we go.
Shiny object.
Here we go. Oh, yes. This is my favorite part. The 4-hole gasket used on the split manifold. Mint. Love it. Wow, that actually evicted all living beings. Terrific. We got all the nasties out of there. We even got a mouse spine, so that's cool. She's all cleaned up. The throttle kind of actually wants to work now. I'm gonna go ahead and change those diaphragms, pull the bowls off. Have a look.
So the good news is, it looks like the motor turns, and I can turn it off the alternator nut, so pretty no concern there. You're not gonna believe this, but that battery doesn't look like it's gonna be all right. I mean, it looked like it was so nice when it was put in there. Hard to believe, but yeah. So with carburetors in the ultrasonic cleaner, I got the steering shaft on. That just took a minute. I don't know. Shit, we're not far away. It should be able to make some noise. I don't know if it has any fuel in it or anything. I don't know if the fuel's any good, but we'll have this thing mobile. Be good to see this gone. Looks nice outside though. We'll pull her in. I can't get out of this thing in the trailer, so winch it is.
Alrighty, so we've got the fresh non-mouse carburetor on there. Get the startering at least. It took some hammer hitting. Pump some gas up the carb here. Must be we got something in there now. Got oil pressure. That throttle pedal feels really low. I don't know what's going on. Throttle pedal's definitely only working in the 2 barrels. We got some gas down our throat hole though. Wow, starter, oh boy, there's some rust out of the pipes. Get some rust in the air. She's not run in a minute, you know. Oh, I'd say that was maybe the dirt, the mud that was pressed into the tailpipe. That's interesting. Looks like it's gonna run at least. I don't know why the hood felt the need to come down like that. Probably isn't ideal on the battery charger. Well, it had the first fire up. I mean, we went from dead mouse in the carburetor to a pretty good looking unit. And yeah. So this was the red to black, black to red joke that we had going on earlier. The red being the ground, you know, always. So this thing's kind of a running unit again. We'll see if we can get her to bark off here again. Look at that, we got oil pressure. There's fire in the pipes. Wait for the lifters to pump back up and stuff, because for sure that stuff's going to be a little upset with us, but header leak down there. That's awful. I think. Shut this pupper down. I don't know if it has any coolant in it. Go ahead and see if we can jimmy down ourselves here. I don't feel any pressure in the radiator at least. But probably get, oh, holy crap. There's some. It's just really low, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's start with that. Starter is definitely not. This thing's really come around to running though. Sounded better. Oh yeah, no, it's rich as Oprah. So, I haven't touched it. It's exactly how the carb was. I don't have any of the right power valves and stuff I want to do, so I was just waiting till we had. It has 4.5s on both sides. I want to get some 6.5s and 8.5s and shit to have in stock. And that thing probably needs. No, it probably needs a 74 jet, not an 84 jet. So. Like I said, it's how it was. But it runs. Let's see if we're getting any coolant temperature here. I don't see anything quite yet. No battery charger on it. Looks like we're charging. That's good news. The tachometer's not working though, so that's not good.
It's a new guy. Trying to do?
I was just seeing if we're getting a coolant temperature. I also noticed that the tachometer's not entering.
Doesn't really sound like a car that's been sitting 7 years, does it? Got no gears or what? Clutch stuck down?
Yeah. It is.
Really?
Well, you're making noise on the.
Is there a drive shaft under it?
I'm starting to wonder.
We were driving it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just put it in gear and let your foot off the clutch and just rev the gas a couple times.
Looks like it doesn't want to go into gear.
Oh yeah? Shut it off, stick it in gear. Maybe the clutch is stuck the other way.
Yep.
Push clutch? Oh, it's stuck to the plate.
Oh, it's been sitting long enough to do that though, so.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Fun stuff.
Kind of push the clutch and maybe. No.
We can pull it out where it's on the hill and start it in high gear and then mash it on the brake. It'll probably break it loose. It's true. Well,
I mean, his carburetor looks pretty spiffy again.
it does. Well, it's nice to hear it run anyway. Get a key in it and all that good shit.
It ran fine too.
Well, good. All right, I gotta go deliver the old chop top. So.
Beautiful project rig.
Yep. And we will come back to this the next nice day.
Running like a charm. Look at this puppy over here. I mean, watch the battery be dead now that I say that.
We gotta bring that RT in now. That's the next one.
Look at this pump gas beauty.
You know, if it was on the carburetor instead of the fuel injection right now, it would be running. it do. That's cool to see it out. Not in the snowbank. Well, all right, I'm done. We'll go.
Actually, add to that, kind of neat to have these two cars together again because Lauren was redoing paintwork on this, and the last time this car was driven, that car was in primer.
That's true. That's true. So. Anyway, we'll get back to this, but at least it's up and going. So
we'll put some wind in the tires and stuff. But
we'll put some wind in the tires and we'll get it on the lift and we'll get it organized so we can at least drag it out and start it and get it in gear to see if we can get it loosened. If we jump on the gas a couple times, you know, like moving,
yeah, it might.
It might shake it loose. We'll see with the clutch pushed.
Push in.
Yeah, exactly.
Should.
Anyway, all right, let's pick up our tools.
I don't know if all the friction material will stay right on the.
If it does, it does.
One side, but
if it does that, it's going to anyway, even if we take it apart. So, not super concerned.
Well, at least I got the coolant full on her and stuff like that.
Well, I'll go deliver that car.